Okay, folks, not a lot of news out there today. I can give you a bit on a couple of scumbags. I'll give you a bit. One from GB News, you may have read about him, you may not have done. And one from old Kyle again. Old Kyle. Well, in fact, we'll do Kyle first. Kyle Walker. Turns out now, we read him 4 or 5 days ago, that his missus, is Annie Kilner, was looking at divorcing him. After him, I was going to say consistently, he is consistent with it, playing away. He's took part in orgies and so on and so forth during lockdown. He's had a couple of kiddies with this young Lauren. He's regularly seeing her behind his wife's back. His wife's just had enough now. She said, that's it, we're getting divorced. And she was after half his fortune, which is reported to be about 27 million. They've now come up with an idea. What do they call it? They're having a no-split divorce. It's a new that one on me. A no-split divorce. Is it a bit like the unconscious uncoupling or whatever? It's nothing like that, but it's another stupid thing. That's what I'm trying to say. A no-split divorce is where you live together. You don't have to be friendly and get on with one another and whatever else. You don't have to be a couple, but you live together so you can share the parenting. Yet you still sort of get a divorce, but you live together and you split the money. There's a money split. Now you would think that wouldn't be for his missus. You just want him out the way. But I think it's an easier way of getting half or a lot of his money without going to court and without having to get lawyers in and whatever else. So I think these people have come up with that idea. She said, yeah, that'll do me. You can carry on living here, but I want most of what you've got, or much of what you've got. So that looks like that's what's happening on that front. GB News, I don't know this fella. Ben Leo, is it? Is that what I say? I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not. People are having a right pop at old Ben, and rightly so. This was his take on Liam Payne's sad demise, his death a couple of days ago. This is what Ben said. On TV, it's there for everybody to see. I felt pretty sad for a minute. Young guy with a 7-year-old child. But then I kind of thought, what are you doing getting drugged up? Lovely. Now we know the fella probably shouldn't be taking drugs. You know, we know he should know better. We hope he would know better. But the fella's obviously got problems. He's got issues. He's got all the money in the world. He's able to take drugs. He's able to find drug dealers. People in his game are. It happens. It's happened since time immemorial. It shouldn't do, but it does. But is he saying I felt sorry for him? Then I thought, well, you're drugged up. You deserve what you get. Because you can't think that of anybody, surely. As I said, the lad was a troubled lad. The lad's had some massive demons these last few years. And he's not really had the help he's needed. Maybe he's threw some of it in people's faces. I don't know. But he's obviously had problems, and it's just a great, great shame. I think as a report today, I think his death is probably just an accident. I think the balcony was too low. He's had a fair bit to drink and maybe been high on some other things that weren't drink related. He's walked to the balcony and accidentally fell over it. It's an absolute shock. It's an absolute shame. It's an awful thing, and many fans throughout the world are grieving. But this Ben is sort of trying to say, well, it's his own fault. You know, I don't get it at all, and I'm surprised. I don't know if the guy's still on TV. I would hope GB News, if they had anything about them, would get rid of the fella. They've probably not done, because they like their people to be a little bit outspoken, but I'm just not having that at all. I mean, as I say, I was no fan of One Direction, no fan of Liam's, I barely know him. But I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You know, there's a bit of jealousy out there, I think, because he's done so well and worth so many million. You know, wouldn't manage millions myself, or a small fraction of them. But I'd rather have what I've got now. I've had a life and I've got kids, family, grandkids. He's got nothing now, he's gone. And he's left his kiddie. It's just an awful shame. It's so sad, it's unbelievable. This Ben Leo really wants a talking to. In an ideal world, he wants dumping. Let's hope they do the right thing at GB and do dump him. I don't suppose they will, but we can hope. We can hope.